Hello, everybody, and welcome back to WordCraft English. If you're new here, I'm your instructor, and I help you learn English fast through the magic of movies. So if you love movies and you want to improve your English, then make sure to subscribe. And yes, today we're going to talk about the importance of staying focused. I know it sounds like a little bit like a motivational poster, but bear with me, because we're going to look at 5 incredible scenes from movies that will illustrate what I mean, and you're going to learn some great English along the way. Okay, so let's dive into our first scene. This is from the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, starring Will Smith. And in this scene, Chris Gardner is struggling to take care of his young son, while also trying to land a job. He goes for an interview at a prestigious brokerage firm, and he is told that he won't be considered for the position until he completes an unpaid internship. Desperate to provide for his son, he accepts the offer. However, as soon as he starts working the internship, he quickly realizes that it's extremely difficult and that he may have made a mistake. Despite the long hours and challenging tasks, Chris remains determined to succeed. Why? Well, he has something very important to focus on: his son. Here's a key phrase you can use when you need to remind yourself why something is important when things get tough. Got this. Got this, he says to himself when he hears his son calling out for him. It means, I got this. I've got this. Don't worry, I'm going to make this work. And he repeats it to himself to encourage himself. Now, just like Chris, sometimes when you are learning English, things can get tough. There are times when you feel frustrated and demotivated when you realize how much more there is to learn. But if you have something you are focusing on, maybe it's a dream job, or expressing yourself freely, or being able to watch your favorite movies in English. Whatever it is, keep that in mind when things get tough. Remember your reason why. Okay, so let's move on to the next scene. This is from the movie Limitless, starring Bradley Cooper. Taya Mara is a struggling writer who is given a mysterious pill that allows him to use 100% of his brain capacity. As a result, he becomes smarter, more charismatic, and more successful. Now, remember, this is a movie. It's not real life. We only use about 10% of our brains, right? But anyway, in the movie, after taking the pill, Eddie experiences an intense surge of energy and mental clarity. He becomes a stock trading genius and makes a fortune in the financial markets. This shows how focusing intensely on something can lead to amazing results. Check out this dialogue. That's impossible. No one could possibly focus that hard on anything. That's right. You heard correctly. Someone is saying that it's impossible to focus that hard on anything. Before we go further, if you're loving this video, please smash that like button. It really helps my channel grow and bring you more awesome lessons like this one. Now, back to the lesson. When you focus intensely on something, it can seem almost unnatural to other people. They might think, wow, how do you manage to concentrate that much? But don't let others discourage you. If you have something important to focus on, do it. Allow yourself to become absorbed in your work or studies. Who cares if others think it's unbelievable? What matters is that you stay focused and achieve your goals. Let's move on to our third scene. This is from the movie A Beautiful Mind starring Russell Crowe. The movie is based on the true story of John Nash, a brilliant mathematician who won the Nobel Prize. In the film, John is working on a complex mathematical theory, and he becomes so engrossed in his work that he loses track of everything around him. His wife and colleagues try to get his attention, but he is completely focused on solving the problem. So what can we learn from this scene? Well, it shows that staying focused can allow you to accomplish amazing things. John's intense focus enables him to make groundbreaking discoveries in mathematics. Sometimes when you are learning English, you have to enter a state of deep concentration. You have to switch off all the distractions and immerse yourself in the task. This might mean spending hours reading books or watching movies in English without any interruptions. But don't be afraid to do it. Allow yourself to fully concentrate on improving your English skills. Just like John, you might be surprised at what you can achieve. Our fourth scene is from the movie Rocky Balboa. Rocky is training for a fight with Apollo Creed. In one scene, he is running up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. This is an extremely difficult workout, but Rocky doesn't give up. He keeps going even when his body is aching and his mind is telling him to stop. Here's some great English he uses in this scene. Yo, Adrian, I did it. Yo, Adrian, I did it, he shouts. Yo, Adrian means hey, Adrian, and I did it means I did it. Talking to his wife. He's saying, hey, Adrian, I did it. I finished the training. Rocky's determination and focus allow him to become a better fighter and ultimately win the championship belt. Focus can turn your dreams into reality. When you set your mind to something, don't give up. Keep going until you achieve your goals, no matter how difficult they may seem. All right, our final scene is from the movie The Social Network, starring Jesse Eisenberg. The movie tells the story of how Facebook was created. In one scene, Mark Zuckerberg is sitting in front of his computer coding the first version of the website. He is completely focused on his work and doesn't seem to notice anything else going on around him. He types line after line of code and doesn't take any breaks. This shows us that sometimes the most important thing is to stay focused on the task at hand. Mark is so focused on creating Facebook that he doesn't pay attention to anything else. He doesn't answer phone calls or text messages. He just keeps coding. Now, I know that sometimes when we are working on something, we think, "Oh, I need to take a break and relax a bit." But sometimes when you're learning English or working on an important project, you just need to stay focused and keep going. Take Mark as an example. He didn't take any breaks when he was coding the first version of Facebook. He just kept going until he was finished. And his hard work paid off because Facebook became one of the most popular websites in the world. So what have we learned today? Well, hopefully we've learned that staying focused is a powerful tool that can help us achieve our dreams. Whether we're learning English or working on an important project, it's important to find something that inspires us to stay focused and motivated. For me, movies are a great source of inspiration. Watching the characters on screen and hearing the English they use helps me to stay motivated and focused on my goals. But what about you? What inspires you to stay focused? Let me know in the comments below. And now it's time for a fun challenge. Do you remember all the great English we learned in this video? Well, put your knowledge to the test by describing the 5 movie scenes we discussed. Write your descriptions in the comments below. Use as much of the English as you can. I'm looking forward to reading your descriptions and seeing how well you remembered everything. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the power of focus and great English. If you enjoyed this lesson, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. And until next time, happy focusing and happy learning!